Hi everyone, welcome back. Today I'm going to be trying out some new makeup. Well, not for the first time. A lot of these I've been trialing out, but they're going to be the first time I feature them on my channel. I have the new Huda Beauty Lip Contour Stains, the new Makeup Forever Chubby Sticks, what are these actually called? Color crayons, and a very cute kitten that's distracting me right now. It's actually their birthday today. She's 4 years old. Wild. Where has the time gone? Let's get into today's video. First thing I'm going to go in with is the About Face, the Performer Skin Focused Foundation, and I'm using the shade LM2 Neutral. I'm so late on this. I wish I picked this up sooner. It's such a good foundation. It's the one I've been using the most recently. This foundation is so lovely. I wish I picked it up earlier. I love how adjustable it is, but even if you use a lot, kind of like what I'm doing today, it still looks super seamless and natural. It just corrects the perfect amount while still looking like your skin. The skin finish is really lovely and it wears really well. I'm really late to the party, but I understand the hype of this foundation now. It's so good. If I could compare it to a foundation I already know and love, it really reminds me of the Givenchy Skin Caring Glow Foundation, which you guys know I'm all about. Now this is one of the products that I'll be trying for the first time today. This is the Tirtir Glide and Hide Blurring Concealer. And this one's interesting. I just figured this out. It has a cream concealer as well as a liquid. So the cream side I would definitely use more to conceal blemishes. I'm going to put some over here where I've been encountering a little rash, and then the liquid underneath of my eyes. Or maybe I should do one side liquid, one side cream. Let's do that. I'll just blend this out quickly with my Kosas sponge. That shade match was pretty good, like it just kind of disappeared. So I'll do the cream on this side and the liquid on the other, and I'm using the shade 4.5N. When it comes to cream concealers, I kind of like to warm it up with my fingertip first. Sometimes if not, if I go in with my beauty blender, I feel like it like removes it entirely. And then I'll use this side of the Kosas sponge for this side. Ooh, I like both sides actually look quite fantastic to me. The liquid side felt more like an everyday type of coverage, whereas the cream is a lot more high coverage, which is what you would expect. But I feel like that actually looks really good. I really like how it blended out because it just completely disappeared, but it added coverage. I feel like it's pairing really well with the skin finish of the foundation too. I just feel like I need to balance things out here. Add a bit more coverage on this side. I feel like that's super seamless and undetectable like crazy. Let's see how it wears. Sometimes I say raving things about it and then it goes south very quickly, but hopefully that won't be the problem today. For powder, I'm using the About Face, the Curtain Call, in the shade Veil. I kind of want to do a new full face of About Face. I want to get a little creative with a fun eye. And I'll go about my normal routine here with a little powder puff. I have been trying this one out. I'm a little bit unsure about the powder because I feel like it's not as long wearing, because when I use this I feel like my oils come through a lot quicker than my other favorite powders. Having Lani in here at the beginning really did not set me up for success. I have like cat hairs everywhere. Like I feel like I want to like roll my face almost, and not me having like a ton of cream products in today's video. That's okay. So now getting onto the Artist color crayons. Okay, there's one that's actually driving me nuts and I literally can't see it. A good hack if you have cats and you feel like an invisible hair, if you just graze a spoolie on your face, it usually takes them off. Like look at that. Look how many little hairs I had. Actually, you don't need to see that. I'm not gonna wait for my camera to focus on that. These are the shades that they gifted to me. So there are some highlighting shades, some contour, bronzing colors, and some blushes. So going through these shades, let's start with the highlights. The lighter shade is 102 Starfire Gold. The one right underneath, the more copper, Glorious Bronze 160. Then this one right here, 404 Dune. This one, 506 Endless Cacao. This one over here, which could be like a bronzer or a blush, that's Anywhere Caffeine 600. Then these blush shades over here, starting with this one, it's 228 Cheeky Fuchsia, 220 Swanky Mauve, and the last one right on the end there is 101 Blushing Pink. So I'll be using this one as my highlight. I think I'll try to do a combo of these two for bronzer and contour. And then for blush, I have to take account of what colors I want to use on my face, but I'm really eyeing up this one as a blush. I have used these two, very, very cute. That would be like a really fun bronzy blush moment. I'll start with Dune. I'm not sure if this is actually going to, it might just be like a super light bronzer on me today. And I'll blend this out using my Moda blending fan brush. Okay, that's showing up a lot better than I anticipated. I haven't tried this shade yet, but these blend really effortlessly. I'm not usually huge on like chubby stick products, but these ones are enticing me. I think part of it is because they did launch a lot of the classic Makeup Forever shades. I don't know why I'm like so addicted to the Makeup Forever shades that they bring out in like all their products, but I'm like such a hater when it comes to Pillow Talk or like NARS Orgasm. But when it comes to like Wherever Walnut, I want every single thing. It's like, that's Pillow Talk, but for Makeup Forever, Julia. Wake up. But I don't want to. And just to add more depth, whoa, okay. Okay. Yay. Okay, that looked very intimidating, but thankfully really nice and blendable and shearable. Shearable? I feel like a sheep. Sometimes I want to live 3 lives simultaneously. One of them, I'm like a farm girl and I have a few like alpacas and lambs or like whatever, and I make my own yarn. Let's add a little bit more. I really like that color once it's blended out. I like how they looked mixed. I don't usually bring contour up here, but it kind of blends out maybe like a touch warmer than I expected. I haven't used the bronzer and contouring tones out of these, but I have been using the highlights and blushes. Really nice. What a funny meow. The highlight is so pretty. I've been kind of in the phase again where I'm like really off on highlight, but this one reeled me in again. It's so pretty. It has such a nice pearlescent finish, but it's like nothing too crazy. You know what I'm just noticing now is like it's actually quite glittery. I feel like I'm getting pranked. How did I not notice that all the times I've used this so far? Like I'm almost convincing myself that the glitter got picked up on my brush somehow, but there's no glitter whatsoever here. Sad. I'm off highlights again. For blushes, I'm kind of thinking of incorporating both of these. First, use Anywhere Caffeine. This looks like the perfect bronzy blush. It actually kind of reminds me of that Rhode blush that everyone loves, that shade Toasted Teddy. Is that the right color? I'll go grab it. No, I made that up. This is Toasted Teddy. This is Anywhere Caffeine. I just put a little bit of blushing pink right here. Do you see the vision? Look how nice that fades into one another. Okay, I'm just going to quickly blend this in. I do feel like it has a similar finish to the Rhode ones, but they're not as shiny, and these do last a lot longer as well, which is really nice. Ooh, that's a nice color. That's the perfect summer bronze. I'm going to incorporate just the tiniest bit of blushing pink, blend it out with that same brush, just so that it helps mix those two colors together. And there we are. Now we're like a little bit suntanned and a little bit burnt. And with whatever's left, I'm just going to traipse this around. Oh, that's nice. Taking more of that About Face powder, and I'm going to now set where I usually do. I like the packaging of this powder. I like how it has this kind of stopper, but it doesn't stop all of the access of the powder. So when you shake some out and scroll it, it almost creates like a little powder puck. Here's the base. I really like it overall. I like the softer bronzer for today. I feel like I've been hitting the bronzer quite hard lately. I've been going for like a super bronzy look, so it's nice to have more of like a light, fresh vibe. I am very mad at the highlight for having glitter because I just see like these super chunky pieces everywhere when I turn my head. It is looking a little bit patchy on camera for some reason, like right here. Why? I know I just said I like the fresher look, but because that looks a little bit patchy, I am using a bit of my RMS Redimension Hydra Bronzer in the shade Tan Lines just to kind of even that up. Making it worse. I don't know what's happening. I think these might be camera shy or something, because suddenly I feel like I dislike them, because I thought I was going to really hype them up in today's video because I have been loving them. Okay, so maybe in conclusion, I only like the blush colors. I'm going to take a little mini break to do my brows and prime my lids off camera, so please enjoy the kitten intermission. I fear my disdain for chubby sticks remains, because even the blush is starting to become camera shy. I feel like it's starting to huddle and hide together. Like, where's it going as well? What the heck? I'm confused because this has not been my experience with the blushes this far. Damn it. For my eyes, I'm going to try out some of these Urban Decay glazed liquid eyeshadows. They look really pretty. Can you hear Lani? I think she found a bug or something. She's singing. So with these, you gotta shake them up so that some of it falls down onto the brush. Very cool packaging. I'm just swatching these so you can see. But this is what the packaging looks like. And it comes with like a nice little brush on the end. I have to go investigate. I have to see what she got in her mouth. She had nothing. She just was in a singing mood, I guess. Here are the 3 shades that I've got. So that fun one on the end, the kind of purpley blue shifting one, is the shade Frost Boss. The middle one is Sugar Twist. And the last one is Space Cowboy Intense. This is the second product that I'll be using for the first time. So to build kind of just like a soft base, I'll use my Cold Brew palette from Kaleidos. It's just something I had nice and close. And I'm going to use the lightest shade first. I'll also take that on the outside of my eye. Now I'm going in with the medium matte shade. And I'll put that same mixture across my lower lash line. So very boring to start, but I really want the shimmers to be the focus. So I'll start with Space Cowboy Intense. Paint this, ooh, on my lid. And I'll just blend with my finger quick. This is so pretty. It looks exactly like the single shadow, and I kind of like this version of it because since it's already like a cream, I feel like it's going to adhere really well on the lid and you don't risk any fallout. That's gorgeous. Now with the second shade here, I envisioned it in my inner corner and kind of placed in the center as well, right near my lashes, just for like a little pop of interest. I'm such a sucker for this type of shifty color, as well as on my lower lash line here. I feel like this is the perfect combo of the Moon Dust shadows as well as the classic Urban Decay glitter liners, because it has a really pretty base and that gorgeous glitter, and it adheres so well to the eye. I really like these. Just so much easier to use, and you can trust the product a lot better compared to a classic dry powder shadow. Even when I start to scatter it, no fallout occurs. Ooh, I like that. That's a really nice, easy way to use glitter. The thing I like most about these is definitely the brush. I like how it comes to a nice pointed tip. It almost reminds me like of a classic like Japanese watercolor brush. I love how you're able to get into the tiny details or really paint it on. It has a really nice feel to it, and it applies the product really, really well and very evenly. And I like how you can kind of adjust the amount you want by just removing some of the excess product. Like if you want more of a scattered glitter effect, you just have to rub it a little bit, and then you have like the perfect amount for like a topper vibe. I'm super excited about these. As you can tell, I'm kind of like glitching in my sentences. And here are my eyes for today. You can see already the powder is giving up on me, and I only just finished my simple eye look. I'm already all shiny again. I haven't fully tested it out yet with all of my favorite foundations, just because I'm kind of in between shades right now. I'm a bit more tan than I usually get, so I haven't been able to test it out to my full extent yet. But I feel like I had this experience every single time with this powder so far. I have to keep going in with more and more. So now for lips, I feel like this is one of the most anticipated products of today's video, for me at least. The Huda Beauty Lip Contour Stains. I'll give them a quick swatch. Here are the 8 shades swatched. So just keep in mind that hand skin is very different than lip skin. They look really good swatched on the hand. So let's go through the top row first. So we've got soft nude, toasty brown, warm brown, and rich brown, baby pink, rosewood, cinnamon, and cherry red. So I've been testing these out. I've worn them the last 3 days now. So far I've used rosewood, soft nude, and toasty brown. Today I think soft nude kind of suits the vibe. So these have really amazing longevity. I kind of want to film like a TikTok or a short where I wear it throughout the day with timestamps and stuff. I think I'm going to film that tomorrow because I have an editing day ahead of me. But the thing is, I kind of feel like it adheres to the lip a little bit patchy-like, and they do feel like they're going to dry out very quickly. I have seen that people are a little bit disappointed in the amount of product that you get in these. You get 1 milliliter of product. It does say here to ensure the cap is closed and that it's stored upside down, which makes sense, so that the product kind of reaches the tip every time you go to use this. I don't have a super big problem with the amount of product in here because of how long lasting they are. You only need to like apply this once throughout the day, so it kind of makes sense for the little product because the longevity is so good, if that makes sense. But if this was something that you had to keep reapplying and reapplying, you'd go through it like crazy. My fear with this one is it drying up. It is a bit different than some other classic lip stain products like this that I've tried in the past. It's not like a stiff felt tip. It has kind of a fluffier feel to it, but it's still precise. So that's how I feel about this product so far. Let's see if it adheres to my lip a little bit better today. So my lips are dry. There's no product on them. Again, using soft nude. This is a problem I'm already encountering. Like I feel like it's already dried out and I'm only on the other side of my top lip. I kind of feel like it had the same mechanism as her liquid liners, where it would have that little ball or whatever to push some of the ink through a bit better than it just having to use gravity and time. Maybe I can manually do it. Oh yeah, that worked. It's a little shake weight at the same time. Another thing that I've noticed, it doesn't adhere to the skin outside of your lip line. It kind of almost acts as like those magic markers we had as kids that only used water, but then it would like activate the color in the paper. Is that too niche? I don't know. And let's do the little Kim Possible moment today. If I had to choose between Sachu and these, I would immediately go to Sachu. Although these last a lot longer than Sachu, at least there's some juice. Like this, I fear, is going to dry up way too fast. The colors are really gorgeous. I feel very undecided about the product because they're so new and fresh. I don't know if they're going to dry up. Like I'm just assuming they are. They may not, but those are my fears, concerns, and thoughts about them so far. But this is what it looks like on my lip. Kind of want to mess around and try this baby pink one because that's the one that kind of looks super lacking to me, but it may be nice to fill in the rest of my bottom lip here. See, they perform so differently on lip skin compared to hand skin. But yeah, the longevity has been very impressive. But woo, one of these just did a little Benson Boone backflip. That was quite impressive. I don't know how that happened. Alongside of these, she came out with these faux filler jelly oils. And I do like these far more than the jelly lip glosses. I despise those. And I was very vocal about them at the time of the launch, but these are quite nice. I'll use this one. This is the one that doesn't have a sticker. I don't know what the shade is. Maybe in place I'll just use Juicy Pink Lady. And to launch lip oils next to lip stains is kind of a flex for the longevity of the lip stains, because sometimes lip oils will kind of eat away at the stain, of course. Yesterday when I did wash my face with a cleansing oil, the lip stain remained. Even after like a shower, everything. Like, the longevity is very impressive. So I will give it props for that. I really like how my lips turned out today though. Very, very cute. And the glitter on the eyes, very beautiful. I'm not a fan of the base today. And I thought I was going to love the base today. So very interesting. So what a twist of events. Also, forgot to do a little concealer checkup, but look how good it looks. It has not budged or moved or settled in the slightest. It actually looks amazing. To conclude my thoughts on some other products, so yes, my favorites coming out of today were definitely the About Face Performer Foundation, the Tirtir Concealer. I'm actually really excited about this. To have a 2-in-1 like this, very handy. And the Urban Decay Glazed Liquid Eyeshadows. They're not giving like Stila, they're truly giving liquefied moon dust powder shadows, and I really love that about them. Like, the glimmer is so striking, and I love how you're able to adjust it from like a super opaque liquid shadow or like a gorgeous little topper, and it's effortless either way. Oh, I'm really excited about these. I quite enjoy the Huda Beauty jelly lip oils. They feel really, really nice and slippy, but they don't like really fall into my mouth or anything or out of bounds of my lips. They are kind of like a 1 in a million. I feel like these feel quite similar to a lot of lip oils out there, but they are cute. Like, if you're really enticed by these ones specifically by Huda Beauty, I would give them my stamp of approval. But the one product that sure is not getting my stamp of approval today are the chubby sticks from Makeup Forever. These were little brats today, but I'm happy that they performed the way they did today instead of tomorrow when I'm not on camera, so I don't like recommend a crappy product. So I would say pass on these. I feel like there's much better blush sticks, contour sticks, highlight sticks out there. They're just okay. And again, I'm undecided about the Huda Beauty lip contour stains. But keep tuned, I'm going to continue testing these out because I really want them to work. But as of right now, they don't beat my love for the Sachi lip stains. But the colors are gorgeous. The longevity is gorgeous. We'll see. I'll keep you updated as always. I hope today's video was helpful for you. If it was, please give it a thumbs up. I'll have all of the products I used listed and linked in the description box down below, so feel free to check that out. And I'll see you in my next video. Bye!